Excuse me if I'm sweating profusely. It's super hot where I'm at right now, but I had a great idea and I actually wanted to share it with you guys. I've been watching a lot of fashion videos lately, and I see a lot of people who do these pickups, whether it's shoes, clothes, clothing hauls, mystery boxes, and all that other stuff. Anything that's super cool. But me personally, it's like I don't really like to spend a lot of money on clothes when I could spend that money on something much more valuable to me. So I'm just like, dang, what can I do that can provide you guys value while being very cost efficient at the same time? And I thought of something today, and to be very truthful with you, literally 30 minutes before recording this video, I don't really see that much one-on-one talks when it comes to like fashion experience or like, giving practical advice, as opposed to, like, oh, 5 reasons why you should wear this shirt for spring, or 5 reasons why to get white shoes for spring or summer, stuff like that, And then that's when it hit me. I kind of want to provide you guys value by, telling my experience, and maybe you guys could learn a thing or two from it, because how I learned and how I wish I knew more of is people's experience, whether, they are 5 years older than me or 5 years younger than me, and they've started in fashion, whether it's, a fashion vlog, fashion channel, fashion brand, clothing brand, anything related, whether it's fashion or not. But I had trouble coming up with a name, and I was like, what can I do to make it meaningful and related to fashion? And I was thinking to myself, dang, what if I called it Fashionably Late? And then I looked it up, what it means to be fashionably late, and obviously I know it means to be at an event later than expected or said, but there has to be more to it, right? And I read a description that says something along the lines of, when you're fashionably late, you are late because 1, you have important events to attend to prior to the event, or 2, you don't care about the event. And obviously I'm gonna go with number 2, right? Because I don't give a shit about the event. I'm just playing with you guys, but no, I'm gonna go with number 1. And I was like, okay, so this is a very important event or video where I get to talk to you guys about my experience when it comes to fashion. And I'm gonna be truthful with you guys. I am no expert. I don't even call myself a fashion connoisseur. I'd like to say a fashion enthusiast, because as someone who, really appreciates looking good, I love the aspect of history behind clothes and all this other good stuff, right? And I feel like it's super important to talk about experiences and why you did this and why you did that and what you feel, and kind of like a rant video, but not really, because I don't really like to rant. But yeah, fashionably late. So let's get to it. This is a segment where I will talk to you guys about my experiences, and I'd love to hear yours in the comments below about a certain topic, whether it's something you guys suggest or something I just randomly come up with. And I'm usually gonna have a nice cup of coffee or a beer or maybe even tea, but it's super hot right now and it's later on the afternoon. It's freaking hot. So cheers, guys. Let's get to it. And let's get this thing started, shall we? So the topic I want to talk about is dressing to impress people, and my experience and my little storytelling, and hopefully you guys could find value in anything that I say. So, cheers. So just a little quick story. I started, getting into fashion, or I'd like to say streetwear clothes, back in 2006. That was the era of Nike SBs, baggy ass denim. Jordans. I feel like Jordans is always going to be around no matter what. I wanted to dress nice because I wanted to impress people. I wanted to have, a lot of friends. I wanted to, impress the girls too, let's be real. And, I did that. And I guess you say it worked, and like I got a couple of friends. They were like, dang, you have hella cool shoes. You have dope style, blah, blah, blah. And, with me being Asian, you live up to expectations, right? And that's either your parents, family members, friends, or other people in the society that you don't want to, I guess say, make enemies with, or just, you want to get their approval no matter what. And I was living that lifestyle all the way up to high school. And leading up to high school, I had to live up to more expectations. I'm talking about upperclassmen and the other middle schoolers from the different district area, I guess you could say, or different area. And I was like, damn, you know, I gotta up my style. I gotta keep up with the Joneses. And I bought more hype stuff, more loud pieces. If you guys don't know what Dino Juniors are, they're these super flashy shoes. And I was getting everyone's attention. And after that, you know, after I get the flashy shoes, I ended up getting, you know, like raw denim. And if you guys don't know what raw denim is, it's basically heavy duty like jeans. To name a few, it'd be Nudies, APCs, Imperials, Iron Hearts, I believe that's what it's called. But yeah, guys, you know, the whole shebang. I was getting into streetwear like Supreme. Back when Huff, Stussy, and Diamond were like the primary like street clothes, and it was so hard to get. And yeah, I would get these clothes and shoes from this website or forum place called ISS, which is now called Soul Collector. And if you guys don't know what a forum website is, it's basically like Reddit. And what Reddit is, it's like a website that has a thread and a subthread. And basically a thread would be like cars, right? And then where people would post random stuff about cars. And then subthreads would be like, oh, I like Subarus only or Hondas only, and stuff like that. And that's where, you know, I would get the shoes and I would collect and sell, buy and resell, and, you know, try to get more stylish clothes and all that good stuff. Fast forward after that, you know, after high school, I guess you could say I kind of like lost myself, and it kind of sucked because it's like I kind of defined myself with the clothes I wore. And I was honestly, you know, like keeping up with the Joneses. And this is the reason why I want to talk about this. I'm trying to provide value to people who are in the same boat, you know, trying to impress people by, you know, wearing the most hyped shit. And I feel like that's how it is nowadays. And it kind of sucks, to be honest. And I know I was doing that before, but I feel like now it's even much more apparent, you know, because I see all these kids wearing these Yeezys and these Bape shirts, and I was just like, dude, you know how hard, and Supreme shirts, Supreme stuff. And back then, like, Supreme and Bape was so hard to get. You would actually have to, you know, wait till the drop comes, and you have to, you know, buy it on the website or actually go to the store. And, you know, living here in the Bay Area, we didn't have a Supreme store. Like, Supreme opened up, like, I think it was like 2-3 years ago, or maybe a year ago. I'm not even too sure, but, you know, I always had to buy stuff secondhand. And I don't mean to go off topic, but to the people who are, like, you know, trying to keep up with the Joneses, you know, I feel like you guys should focus more on like your inner being. I mean, if you're comfortable with who you are, then hey, you know, props to you. But for people like me, you know, I lived my whole middle school, high school life thinking like, yo, oh yeah, I gotta impress people, I gotta keep the freshest fits. That's who people knew me as, you know, the person who, you know, who knew how to dress, I guess you could say. And I'm not here to say like, yeah, I hella knew how to dress back then, because I really didn't. I just wore what I liked. And what I liked was the most hyped stuff that got me attention. And from my experience, it really sucks to know that I lived my life like that, because I could never really be myself after high school, you know? You know, this video is not for anyone who likes wearing the most hyped stuff and they have a problem with themselves. I mean, if you are comfortable with who you are, and you know you love buying the hype shit, like, by all means go for it. But to the people who are kind of like buying stuff just trying to impress people that they don't like, you're not really gonna get far in life. And in my personal experience, I've honestly like experienced that, and it's just like, I really wish I doubled down on who I was as a person, as opposed to like trying to dress to impress people and, you know, trying to look hella cool when deep down, you know, you're just a regular person. And it kind of took a toll on me, you know, during my college years, guys. And I know I'm kind of being a little bit vulnerable here, but I guess the truth, and I want nothing but the truth, and I want to be able to provide people like you guys the truth, because it's like, I mean, you guys should be honestly wearing what you like. And I think I just recently learned that like a few years ago, you know. And just to continue my story, 9 years after high school, which is now, like, I literally did not buy anything. And I'm talking about like I had no style, like I just fast fashion, you know, H&M, Forever 21, and like, yeah, I thrifted some stuff that are cool, but I never really like try to look for any dope ass pieces. I'm glad that I stopped buying stuff to impress people. And then you guys are probably wondering like, okay, then why did you decide to start a fashion channel, you know, 9 years after? And my beer. And the reason why I decided to start this channel is because I kind of want to like give myself like a restart, I guess you could say. And it's like, although it was, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it was fun collecting all those hype stuff, but I think what really got to me was the reason why I bought those stuff. And I'm at the age now where I'm more into like stuff that I really value, or stuff that has meaning that you know I really mess with. Whether it's buying Bape or Supreme, or getting into like high-end fashion, or even vintage stuff, you know, I really feel like buying stuff where you could find value is where it's at. And I feel like, you know, just to not quote what Virgil Abloh said, he said something along the lines of, you know, streetwear is dead. There's already so much, you know, streetwear companies that sell t-shirts, and I think we're going through a phase where people are buying stuff that they really resonate with, you know? And I feel like that's kind of like a lost art form, because it's like, you know, a lot of people try to buy these stuff to impress people, which I did, and I feel like that's not the way to go, because in the end, you know, you kind of have imposter syndrome and you feel like you're fake, and that's all your identity was, is like, oh, buying expensive clothes and looking cool, you know? That never really signified who you are as a person, personality wise. That's the reason why I'm starting this channel, is to be much more in tune with who I am, what I really stand for, and just, I don't know, wearing dope stuff that I really like, whether it's freaking Off-White Jordans or some freaking Raf Simons, or maybe even to like my local vintage shirt that has like my favorite car or favorite brand. So to end this off, because you know your boy has other stuff to do, you should always dress with intention, but never dress for attention. But if it's your interview and you're trying to dress to impress, hey man, by all means do it. But I think that's it. You know, I'm just rambling, just talking about random stuff. And yeah guys, like I said, dress for intention, but not for attention. So, and I think that's it for this video. If you guys are into this stuff, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about, you know, dressing for intention, and you know, just, or people who dress for attention, or like tell me your experience, so that way like, you know, people could feed off that energy. I don't know about other people in the world, but for me it's like I love hearing stories and love hearing how people overcame or learned something through their struggles. And I think that's super dope and super humbling. And that's why I love watching, you know, influencers, or even like movies, or anything that has intention with it, because it's like someone's really passionate about that, and like you can't really take away passion, right? So that's it for the video. It's super freaking hot, and yeah guys, your boy doesn't want to be fashionably late. So cheers, one last sip, and catch you guys on next week's video.